Oh, yeah. Oh,
that pregnant pause before the music starts is my favorite time.
Hey, yo.
we're back for another rabble-rousing episode.
You little rabble-rousers.
Yeah. Right, Gunk?
Rabble-rouser.
You're back.
Apple in my trouser.
Gunky's back.
I'm back. You never know.
Oh, the gunk.
Yeah.
Yo, I think of me kind of like the Freebird rule. I might throw in J.A. or Johnny Crimpets at you. You never know.
Okay, great.
We're like the New Day.
Okay.
You guys are just like the third partner. The trio of you. Could be any one of you. Doesn't matter.
Could be any one of us.
Yeah.
Welcome to the SVW podcast. My name is Roman. As always, I am here with Heck, Woody,
Yes, sir.
and Gunky Main, a.k.a. The Gunk.
The Gunk. Back in town.
Back in town, baby.
Le gunk.
We missed you last week, but Jay was here to
I
fill
was
in.
in the great Midwest.
Oh, look at all this good stuff on his phone that we're all just doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We're
We're doing a podcast here.
Yeah, I was telling you guys where I was. I was in Ohio,
Right,
Skibbity
right.
Toilet Riz, and now I'm back.
Well, that's amazing. I'm glad you're back.
You know what? A lot of people don't make it out of Ohio, so
That's
congrats,
true.
man.
That's true.
Yeah, I've heard a bunch of email songs about it.
Right, I was in Ohio for one summer and got the fuck out of there.
I would too.
He came back with like asymmetrical bangs and eyeliner, and he's like, "What the fuck happened?"
You go to Ohio, you get
Little southern drawl.
emo.
Yeah. Well, look.
Started cutting myself for no reason.
Jesus. Outside of our first subject, obviously, which was Ohio, we have a huge episode for you guys this week. We're going to talk a huge episode of SmackDown and Raw. What did you guys think of those? Another early taping for Raw.
That's my favorite part.
I'm
of Raw.
enjoying that.
Me too.
It's over.
I fear
So-
change. I hate it.
Is it?
Yeah,
That
it's
the
over.
European
That was
tour's
it.
done?
Yeah.
That's the
that was
best thing about whenever wrestling gives you something you enjoy, then they just switch it and move it again.
Yeah, bring it back. I like the old times.
I'll go to Raw, in Philly at 3:00 in the afternoon. I don't care.
This is
be
America.
sick.
I don't know if you know that, and we start our shows at 8:00. All right, so get with the program.
Right.
Rest of the
Except for
world.
the times where they started at like 6.
Yeah.
Or 7, depending
Yeah,
if it's mountain
sometimes
time.
6:30. Pre-show at 5:30.
Well, we shouldn't ever listen, guys. Hear me out. All right,
We're listening.
fuck all these other countries.
Oh, okay. You're turning
We don't
heel.
even need to go over there anymore.
Okay.
Just
You know
let's
what?
keep it in house.
You know what? I don't think that's going to be an option.
Calm down,
for us
calm
soon
down.
anyway.
You're right.
It's kind of off the table
that's
anymore.
gonna be taken out of our hands pretty soon.
This might be the last time we get a European tour in Raw.
They're like, yeah, we
Anyway.
don't want that shit over here
That's what I
anymore.
told Gunk. Calm down, Tom McDonald.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. For real. We don't need to talk about him.
Can't cancel us all.
Oh, yeah, that's what he said.
Shout out to Enzo and Lacey Evans.
Jesus
Absolute no
Christ.
shout out to
So
that.
actually, yeah. What's the opposite of a shout out?
all right. We got a great question of the week this week, going off of the recent announcement of WrestleMania matches going into the Hall of Fame. We're going to talk about our favorite WrestleMania matches that we think should go in. We'll get to that in a little
lot
bit.
of 'em.
And then, of course, right here in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, there is an AEW pay-per-view this Sunday, AEW Dynasty, and we are going to take a look at the card. And then, of course, we got a couple quick hits before we get out of here. But let's start at the top with SmackDown. Three-way triple threat contract signing, CM Punk, Roman Reigns,
Love a good
and
three-way.
Seth Rollins. Yeah, three-way
I
already.
think it was very funny. They were like all just like way different emotions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It couldn't
yeah,
be
it was.
more
It
different.
was like Roman just wanted to get the fuck out of there, like the most relaxed. Seth was just fucking pissed, just like absolutely just seething. And then fucking CM Punk was just sitting over there like crying, like
Yeah.
hugging Paul Heyman and shit. It was very funny. It was like just three vastly different emotions, which is different than the just I hate you like aspect.
I appreciate that side of the storytelling. I couldn't be more pissed about this situation. And it's not why you think. You're not like, oh, Woody hates CM Punk, and here he is getting his thing. Whatever. I don't care about that guy. That guy doesn't matter. What I'm pissed about is that are they doing this on purpose just to like so they can kill a Hogan record and give Roman a Hogan record now?
Oh,
Because
maybe.
Oh,
why is
I
this
didn't
guy
think about that.
why is he main eventing another WrestleMania?
It's probably in his fucking
You-
contract.
I don't know, bro.
Do you want to talk about the least deserved person to ever
Here he
headline
goes,
a
folks.
WrestleMania.
We're
Seriously.
We're about to hit 5 minutes.
Let's
We're 5
look
minutes.
back at the history of WrestleManias and look at the main events and see who in that year leading up to it was least deserved to be headlining a WrestleMania. And I don't see how it's not Roman Reigns this year. The dude's done nothing for the company this year. He lost his belt and he went away for like 9 months.
Okay, I'm actually gonna agree with you on that.
Well,
because it's
I
true.
I would agree with you, but just on a completely different level. Just like I just think that match is just like maybe like a show starter or like just like
What a great
I will
show
be the one to
starter.
Yes.
disagree with you guys.
Okay.
I just
Lay it on
think
me.
I just think that it feels kind of forced anyway. Like it
We
doesn't.
did talk about that last week,
There's
where it's
multiple
like
story. It ties multiple stories. He just happens to be a part of it.
Yeah, but it's just like
Roman Reigns, he could have won away, but he's still like
I mean, I'm not saying
the
I'm
tribal
not,
chief. He's
yeah.
still that guy. He's still doing like
No,
which
for
means,
sure.
hey guys, I'm also the tribal chief of my family.
his act.
Can I get a headlining
he
match
hates
now?
families. He hates families.
Is that
we
all
having
it takes to just like give
a-
yourself a fake title?
Habitat Mania?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I gave myself a fake title and now it's
a triple
meaningful.
threat?
I just think that like I didn't like it last year when it was like Rock and like I want like the main event of WrestleMania to be like a title match. Like I don't think that
I don't disagree with that.
like
Yeah.
I just
Yes.
don't
disagree with
I
that.
don't think that
That's probably my number one point about it. There should always be a title match to.
And yes,
to end the night.
and Jay and like Charlotte both got to be like, what the fuck?
well, they should
I guess
just
I'll go fuck
they
myself
should
then,
just
alright.
nip that.
Right,
They
right.
need to just nip that in the bud, and it's just a championship shot at WrestleMania. They just need to They just need to change the Royal Rumble rules. It's not. You're not main eventing WrestleMania.
It's just the
anymore.
wordage. Yeah, they got to
You're-
change how they
You get
say
a
it.
championship shot at WrestleMania. Maybe if your story's good enough, you'll be the main event. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like that's it. That's what it is now. Like literally, not the men's or the women's is main eventing.
You got
This
a
is the
title
first-
shot, but it's not guaranteed. To
Is this
main
the
event.
first time since the Royal Rumble's inception that the main event doesn't have either Royal Rumble winner?
No, there's been 10 other times.
Is that true? Actually,
Yeah. There's been 28 other times.
You
that
said
it
that
has.
off the dome, like
I know,
that was
right?
a
Like he
total
just
lie.
looked it up while Gunky was talking.
No, I did just hear it probably about 2 hours ago. But yeah,
Okay.
it was
So,
20,
all right,
28
parallel
times that it has
thinking.
been, 10 that it has. Whatever. But that's fine. But I agree with you. And it also really goes to show that, like, if you win a match where they says you get a main event, and then you even try to give yourself a nickname of main event, it still doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily mean you're going to be in the
I
main
mean,
event.
he had the name before he was.
I'm just
Royal
the guy's
Rumble.
trying so hard to be like,
mean-
hey, just call me Woody the cool guy. Come attack. And then they're like, oh, that guy's so cool. that's all it takes. Just shoehorn a nickname right there.
listen.
Gunky Big Dick Maine.
Listen, here's the thing. In defense of Jey Uso and Heck, he did have the moniker of main event Jey Uso
Before, he won the Royal Rumble.
But at the same time,
It's like a double negative then,
Yeah,
because
play
you
the
said you get the main event and he is main event. They're like, no main event.
No, it's, I think it's
Positive,
more of like a.
negative.
I think it's more of like a Curb Your Enthusiasm type of thing. Like play the fucking Larry David music because
Yeah.
this is fucking.
But I'm the main event.
but I'm main event.
But that's what I said.
Jey
I feel like
Uso.
we got way off track.
Yes, that's my fault. My bad.
The whole point, like I said, like it's not just Roman Reigns. It's Seth Rollins. It's CM Punk.
Yeah.
So the stories, like, all just kind of intertwined, and they were some of the biggest stories. So like, yeah, they
Right.
throwing it in the main event. You know, like I know Roman tried to like, oh, you're main eventing, favor off the list. Check.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I loved like Roman's like what he was saying and the way he was saying it was great. Like just I love that like arrogant, cocky like
Oh, it's
Yeah.
when his character is at its best.
yeah.
When he is literally sitting there like, can we go? I got other things to do.
Yeah.
Let me hurry up and do this. Like you guys are all excited. Like this is your first time. I've been here before 1,000 times. Let's just
Right,
move
'cause he's
on.
been
Gas
10,
up the jet.
10, right?
Yeah, 10, including 6
Seth
consecutive.
has what? 6?
Insane.
Six
Six
consecutive main
Is that the
events.
most ever?
Yeah,
That's
both
so-
of those break Hogan's record. He's breaking
Well,
Hogan's record both times
thankfully,
this year.
like
I know.
Hogan's
It's
like
Hogan.
somewhere. Hogan's
It's not
like,
like, oh man, they broke.
It's like I never want to
enter
be.
beloved wrestler here.
right now,
Like,
Hogan's somewhere. He's like, actually, I was supposed to do 9, bro, but the Yokozuna got sick. We were supposed to do it a couple extra times.
Elvis had me come over his house.
Yeah.
I broke my
My
7 vertebrae in my neck, dude.
Yeah. He was auditioning for
While
Metallica.
filming Baywatch.
That
Like,
was the
it was
same-
cool. That segment
yeah.
was cool because you saw like somebody said, like 3 different emotions going on.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
And the only
Seth
one.
was just pissed.
Yeah, that's
He
the
didn't-
only one I trust.
He didn't care if he was main eventing or not. He just didn't want Punk to get his dream to main event WrestleMania. So that just pissed him off.
Well, now
Like,
he feels like he is responsible for giving
For
Punk
gi-
his dream.
right.
When he was like, "Fuck, the whole reason I was doing this was to screw this guy over."
Oh, so
and I
he should
built
just
him
like
up.
leave, like not show up to the match.
Yeah,
maybe or
no
something?
show.
And they were like, "Oh, we got to redo the card."
Like,
Yeah,
sorry,
nobody
Roman and Punk, you guys are actually on the pre-show now.
He's gonna call out sick the day before.
0 hour.
0 hours.
yeah. Move over the Rizzler. Well, look, I think this match is going to be good, regardless of its place on the card.
It's got a main event night 1, right?
Yes.
We all agree on that.
Oh
think
my
it's-
god, if that main event's
No,
night
it's
2,
not.
That would
holy
be insane. No,
shit.
that would be insane.
No, it's going to main event night 1
What
for
a slap
sure.
in the face to literally everyone in the whole
And
fucking
also,
company.
all I can hear in the back of my head before we move on is you're gonna main event the first night of a buy one get two. Remember that
Oh, yeah.
promo that
The-
Punk
Yes,
said, and
yes.
now he's literally main
Yes.
eventing the first
It's
night of a
crazy.
buy one get two.
It's crazy.
But the coolest thing about Punk main eventing is in Living Color is definitely gonna play.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
saw that.
Oh,
definitely.
that'd be sick.
Yeah.
100%.
Like that they're already scheduled to be
Yeah, to
performing
be
a
there.
show
Dude,
that Friday.
do we get,
in Vegas?
Is this where we see Paul Heyman turn on Roman and go back with CM Punk?
Or do we see Paul Heyman perform with Living Color?
That would be, I would live for either one of those. Can you imagine?
In his little like chubby little strut walking around the stage.
Cult of personality.
Can you imagine he hits him with the Sweet Chin music or something crazy? Pedigrees, Roman Reigns or something. It turns on him. No,
He
that
hits,
Yeah, what would
Paul Heyman hits Roman Reigns with a GTS.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
what would Paul Heyman's finisher be? Like fucking.
Sting face for sure.
Oh god.
I was
Oh,
thinking
man.
the Cobra, the Santino Marella.
Oh yeah, that was good. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I was thinking maybe like one winged angel.
That would be-
Jesus.
I mean, that's like
450
That's
maybe?
like what they do on
Well,
2K.
Roman can't,
450 be
Roman
wild.
can't kick out though, because nobody kicks out of the one-winged angel.
No,
Yeah.
nobody does. Nobody does.
Most protected finisher in all of wrestling.
Another great part of SmackDown. Ray Phoenix confirmed.
Not that we didn't already know.
No, for sure,
from the promos, but I guess if you weren't familiar, now you know. If you
Yeah.
don't know, now you know.
And,
Lucha.
I'm now gonna start just replacing Lucha with every N-bomb in any rap song I know.
yeah. No,
My
this is
Lucha.
super exciting though. This is gonna be awesome.
I'm just interested to see, does it derail Penta's singles career or
Nope. Keep them separate.
tag team? Well,
Yeah,
one
keep
will
them
be
on
on Raw,
separate
one will be on
brands.
SmackDown
Exactly.
for a while.
That's what you got to keep them separate brands, separate
Apparently,
shows.
his
You know what?
first,
The-
rivalry is supposed to be with Andrade.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think keep them on separate shows, and not even because like of any reason that it's WrestleMania season. Like I think,
It's just too much going on right
yeah,
now.
there's too much going
Yeah,
on. For
they shouldn't
people
even
to-
kept him till after Mania.
When
Like
they-
the Raw
when they-
after have him debut or something.
When they team up,
I think, you know what? I think bringing him in now, just let him do some single stuff, like just get people used to him, just kind of like they got used to Penta, and then just like, bro, let them rock for a couple months, and then once all the Mania's kind of like turmoiled out, like because there's gonna be some big shit happening at Mania. I would predict, you know what I mean, like a ton of fucking story stuff
yeah, there's,
still going.
there's so much story right now.
So like, you know what I mean,
Penta.
give it a couple months and then maybe bring one to the roster.
I want
And
when
then
they I want them to pair up eventually.
a draft or
A
something.
draft,
Yeah.
yeah.
I want them to tag up eventually, but I have no rush
I want
on
to
it.
see Penta.
And I
Lucha
want it to
Bros
be
versus
something
Rey
special.
Mysterio and LWO and Dragon Lee.
You see so often them try to bring two single wrestlers together as a tag team,
Yeah.
and that's not what this is. You see so often they try to
tag team. They're trying to make a single wrestler.
they try to break up a tag team by one turn and heel.
Yeah.
But this is something totally different where we have this tag team that we knew existed outside here. Let's let them both have an awesome singles run. See if fucking maybe they never go back to tag team because Penta is that dude. Who knows?
Maybe.
But and as soon as they start to cool off and we got to heat them up again, that's when you have some storyline coming through.
Yo,
It's already
Boom.
there,
And there's
ready to
little
go.
things you can do to tease people too. Like, let's say the King of the Ring pops around. What if like first round they just happen? You know what I mean? Like it's all like it's randomized. You know what I mean?
That'd be
Like
sick. That'd be
and you know what I mean? They just have to. You know what I mean? And it's like a friendly. You know what I mean? It's like all right, bro. Like and
Yeah.
whoever wins wins, and that's just like a little taste of them either teaming up
Or definitely in sort of like
beefing
fatal 4-way match where they do team up for a second, kind
Yeah.
of do a tag team spot, and then
Rumble.
kind of like fuck each other up.
Yeah, run into each other at the Rumble. There's,
I am
there's a
interested
ton of
to
things you
see
could do.
when he gets here and kind of gets going. How much of his like moveset? I know it was like a joke thing that people put up that like the Lucha Bros were like mad because like WWE had made them get rid of a bunch of their movesets because they did in AEW. But I am interested to see how much his style changes because it is different. You know what I mean? Wrestling in AEW and WWE. I was talking to somebody in the shop today, and they were talking about Kenny Omega going to WWE, and I was like, I could see that at the end of his career because he don't have to do shit that he's gonna hurt himself.
Yeah.
It's more story based, more character,
I
so
think
he'd be safer.
Omega could do it whenever he wanted
Yeah.
to. That guy can transition to any style of wrestling and be
Totally.
fucking amazing at it. But I do choose you mean. Ray Phoenix, I think he's not going to have a lot of shit he can't do but I think it's just the pace of the matches are different. So there's a little bit of different style into
like
that.
10 other luchas every time.
Right.
Yeah. But there is a pandemic I've been seeing recently where people are saying that when people
Another
jump out of the
pandemic?
rings in WWE, the wrestlers aren't doing enough to catch them. Like
Oh,
there's a lot
Classic.
of talk online about that of like people need to stop doing these like suicide dives and shit over the top of the ropes because they keep landing fucking hard outside.
I just
So-
hope they find a better way to do it where it's not like everyone's like, and then
And just standing there and waiting, like
it's my-
like just
there's a
wobbling
couple
about.
spots. There's a couple spots in wrestling where I'm
That's
like,
your
come on,
favorite, yeah.
guys, come on, guys.
The odd
Hold
like
on,
group
wait,
hug.
let him catch his balance.
Yeah.
Well,
That's how,
especially with-
that's how the second La Parka died.
Well, they just brought him back
Fun
to life.
fact, it's
La
Gunky.
Parka
He's
just came
back,
to
baby.
Yeah,
life.
there's a
Don't
new
you
La
worry.
Parka. Yeah, there's a new La Parka.
Well, the second one died from
Um,
a suicide dive.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, Jesus Christ is right.
What?
Well,
Self-inflicted too.
okay. Moving on to Raw. Cena and Cody met in the ring once again. Do you guys listen? Do you guys feel like this whole thing is getting a little stale?
No,
No,
not at
this
all.
was the best one.
Yeah, everyone said, "Shut up, Roman."
Yeah, I feel like
I agree.
Okay.
Nah,
I
not
feel
the
like-
best one, but I think it's the second
No,
best
I
one.
feel like it was the
but it
best-
was a good end cap.
I
Like
like-
it started hot and ended
See,
hot.
I think it was the best one because I like that it was actually them in each other's face talking shit to each other. Like last week, I was saying, like a lot of it felt like Cena coming
Talk
at
shit to the fans. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Cody being a rep of the fans. Where like now, like this is the first time we've really seen Cena like shooting at Cody. You know what I mean? I make billionaires. You just take their kids' money.
Here,
Another AEW dig.
let me rephrase it a little bit. I don't think that. I think
Yeah,
that
defend
them
yourself here.
running the back to back to back on like 3 Raws, and then now he's not going to be on Raw again until WrestleMania.
Well, I'm saying there's 2 reasons why they did that. One, it was because in all the major European cities,
right. Well, yes,
they wanted
I know
them
that,
to all
yes.
have a Cena Cody moment,
Of course.
so they can cover Europe.
So the fans can go fucking soccer chant crazy.
And this is
Right.
the first one where they put hands on each other.
True.
So we're
Which
just,
that part I hated.
and look who
But
came
it's
the only
out.
reason I hated it is
Hey.
because you know when Cody hits a Cody cutter or
Crossroads.
Crossroads, it's always like later in the match. You know, you're worn out, you're tired. Like Cena was completely fresh,
yeah, when you're
and he just like laid. You know what I mean? Like in the
Yeah.
position.
Yeah.
Cody took a second. You know what I mean?
But,
Emoted, and then did the Crossroads, and I was like, "What?"
Right. Look who came out on top though.
if that's
uh,
the last time they touch and he came out on top, then it's a guaranteed loss.
Yeah, no
That's
shit.
how it works.
Fucking yeah.
That's how it works.
But does it still work that way if it's not the night before? If it's not the go home show?
I think even more so it works like that because what is he gonna do? Go away for 3 months after or not 3 months? I'm fucking
3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks from a Crossroads and then lose. That's even more embarrassing. But I before this even happened, I mean I already thought Cena was gonna win. I think that's just part of the plan.
This
But
helped us confirm it for you.
getting back to the promos, I was a little confused looking online, and I saw some people post like polls and stuff, and people were like, "Who cooked who?" And people were really seriously.
People were like, "Who cooked who?"
People were seriously trying to say, and like a majority were saying that Cody looked better. I mean, like from promo stance in that thing, and I'm very
I feel like
confused.
Cena, in my opinion, Cena.
Bro, Cena obliterated him.
I agree with what he was saying, though. I did see a lot of people arguing about it on lines because there was a few lines that Cody had that hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did he say that like really?
One of the big favorite was you got more dick in your promo than in your jorts.
Yeah.
So here's my gripe with that.
But that's literally go ahead.
Cody's new like getting over with the fans gimmick is just like dick, fuck, bitch. Like he's just like he's just finally learned cuss words.
But it was funny. It was
and
interesting.
Cena called him out so much. He's just like, yo, you just seem like a fucking kid who's nervous, like trying to do.
You're a fan.
I was gonna say Cena's point was like, you're just doing what I did. You know what I mean? The way you're like taking those like shots. You know what I mean? Like digging, like you're kissing babies, holding puppies, the whole shebang. You know what I mean?
Definitely
He's doing the
doing that.
Make-A-Wish. He's like, Cena's right though. Like
Well,
you know what I mean?
they used to ride together too.
Cody's gonna come out with a Ruck Fools shirt. It's gonna be like, what would it be? It'll be like, I don't know.
Well, Cody also had the talking about how there was never a "you can't wrestle" chant for him kind of thing too. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
True, but
that was the only good.
I'm just saying, like,
line, I feel
if you were a Cody diehard and you didn't grow up in a Cena era, I could see you siding with Cody.
Totally.
If you're a
he was
Cody
your boy.
diehard, aka
He was your
a
boy.
7-year-old,
Okay,
Exactly.
Okay. Look, wait a second.
Leave Captain out of this. All
You
right?
can draw parallels right to like the beginning of Cena's career. Like they were coming off a time where like those dudes were all like the sickest, ultimate badasses. The Rock versus Stone Cold, and then you go into this like era where it's like they're your biggest stars, like this corny white rapper. Straight up, but that for real though, like that's like literally what it
from
was.
Boston,
And that's why people were like, you can't
From
wrestle.
Boston.
John Cena sucks, all that. And then he goes for so long, and people were like, damn, he is the man. And then you get this new guy who is like, he looks like he's dressed to rob a train all the time. He's got a crazy neck tattoo. And like
You got your
bleach
gimmick
blonde hair.
tattooed.
That's what I'm saying. And
wait. You attribute wearing a suit with robbing a train?
No. Here's the thing.
His-
He's wearing a 3-piece suit with a
With
little
the
fucking
watch.
a pocket watch
He,
thing.
like, checks
That
it
is
out
what
to make
No,
sure
train
he looks like
trains
he's
on
getting
time.
robbed on the train.
No, that's you check the pocket watch. Be like,
And make sure
well,
the
the
train's on time.
413 to San Antonio is coming
Get
soon.
the horses ready. And then if he had
Bro.
a bowler hat and a mustache, he'd literally look like he was from Red Dead Redemption 2.
No, I
just saying.
robbed 40 of him.
Okay,
That's why
calm
I'm saying.
down. My point is that it's just like it's the recency bias of everything. It's like people, it's gonna be the same in 20 years when Cody, or however many years when Cody's
Whoever
like
it
the
is.
man,
Right.
and then
Cody's in Cena's position, and the next guy.
exactly, and some other kid is like doing the same gimmick, and everybody's gonna be doing the exact same thing. It's just how it goes.
The thing I think I feel like it's my place to say this on the podcast too, is they've done for 3 weeks now. They've shown you exactly why Cena turned heel. They've painted this exact storyline, and they've shown you every reason why there was no fucking purpose of The Rock whatsoever.
Or the Rock and Jacques connection.
They just
Right,
like,
he was literally brought up one time in the last 3 weeks.
but like
I'll be back at
they
me.
showed you exactly why Cena needed to turn heel. This is why he had to do everything. This is because the fans, because of this. No, you didn't sell your soul.
Is Cena right?
He didn't. But Cena, he
Yeah.
didn't sell his soul. He won the Elimination Chamber.
Yo, listen.
If he would have sold his soul, he would have just got a title shot for free.
Cena's
Well,
wrong.
he could put
Cena's
himself
right.
in the Elimination Chamber. He didn't earn his spot in the Elimination Chamber.
The Rock didn't put him in. If they would have come out and said The Rock is the one who put me into the Elimination Chamber, then at least there'd be a little more of a storyline.
Yeah.
But he put himself
Like
in there.
Travis
Yeah.
Jacques put me in the Elimination
Yeah.
Chamber.
Jacques put me in. Jacques really pulling all this tricks.
Mr. Webster.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I just
I wonder if he's related to
excited
the
for it. This is
dictionary
definitely
guy.
night 2,
Probably.
and Cena's winning.
yeah,
Cena's
Cena's
definitely
winning,
gonna win.
and The Rock is useless.
Yeah. He'll be back. That's the thing.
Sure he
What's
will.
going to happen at Mania, or not Mania, but like when Cena inevitably turns on The Rock to turn face again and then retire.
Yeah, let's keep the stupid shit
At
going. The
SummerSlam.
Rock
Well,
will
he's
be
gonna
back
be like,
soon.
he's gonna be like, you weren't even there for me when we were in Europe, and the kid, I had to cuss him out, and nobody had my back. You know what I mean? Like that's what's gonna happen, 100%. Like that's why he's gonna cite all these reasons why he turned back.
Listen, this is all leading up to a 6-man.
Long
tag.
as
Okay,
Jacques takes
right.
a 5-knuckle shuffle.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Another great moment on Raw: Jimmy Uso versus Gunther
Big Jim.
ended in a blood.
Yeah,
Big
that's
Jim got
insane to call
murdered.
an actual murder on my television a great moment on Raw.
I mean, listen,
One less Samoan.
Another awesome.
it
fucking-
was awesome.
I mean,
though.
we were talking in the car on the way over, but we were agreed on like it definitely helped the storyline and add some much needed,
It's totally what it needed,
seasoning
yeah.
to it.
Yeah,
you
throw
know?
that shit in the fucking main event now.
Well,
What
this
the
is
fuck?
this is what I was telling Heck in the
It'll-
car. It was like Jey Uso can't wrestle, whatever. I'm not gonna get back into that again. But like the idea of him beating
Allegedly.
Gunther,
Right.
the idea of him beating Gunther is like it's never gonna happen. But
it is
you
gonna happen.
murder
It
his
is gonna
brother in
happen.
front of him, and you got Jay literally like screaming, "I'm gonna kill you!" Like, all right, now it could happen.
Is this
Like
the first murder in ring that we've seen?
you
in
just gave
WWE?
it a chance that like this makes sense. No, there's
purposeful. one.
I was gonna say
when Brock went after Randy Orton with the elbow,
Rey
yeah, that
Mysterio
was
when he was
insane.
put
down
him
in
open the hard
Mexico,
way.
literally killed a guy.
I know, but I'm saying
La
like,
Parka,
I'm
too.
saying like, do you think Jey Uso's
That
like
was a
gonna
suicide,
pull out
not
a
a murder.
gun and shoot Gunther in the ring? That would be crazy.
I mean, look at the blicky from Arn Anderson.
Yeah, he's gonna execute Gunther. That would be insane.
I wish Gunther went a little bit further, so we wouldn't have to have because this is a lot of Samoans to keep track of right now. So if we had one,
It
less,
was
it'd be
funny
like,
as hell though when Jay was like zip tied and like Jimmy's like literally right there. He could like touch
Yeah.
him, but he like short armed it like it's just like a hot tag.
He was
Like
touching
I'm
him.
so close.
Yeah, the string.
was
He's like,
touching
if
my
only I had the
brother,
string.
He was like holding on to his leg. He was touching
If
him.
only I had the
If he would have
string.
stretched out,
extra couple inches and grab you.
Yo,
Oh
but,
man,
yo,
extra
how
couple
about,
inches. Story of my life.
how about that? How about that fucking visual though? I mean, that was insane, bro. Like, that needs to be. I want that framed in my house. Just Gunther.
Gunther was
literal.
really going like Red Skull with it.
I'm not allowed to have that framed at my house. It's too sensitive with someone that European choking out someone of darker skin with
Yeah, I
the
was
blood.
gonna
It's
say,
not. I'm too German to have that hanging at my house.
Right,
Can't
yeah.
do
Yeah,
it.
that would be.
Tiptoe.
Captain's
But he
friends
was
would
like
come over
rubbing
like,
the blood
oh,
all
where's
on
Dad's
himself.
weird?
And all. I was like, yo, Gunther is vicious right now.
Gunther
He's
was an
growing on
animal.
me. I'll give it to you. He's growing. His character is growing on me. A little
I
bit.
think also I was talking about this with the Gilmans the other day. The blood is like
Not even on a podcast. Just,
No,
no,
Roman
yeah,
just
yeah.
hangs
Just
out with
chatting.
them.
no
like 3 a.m. He
um,
just called him. He
no.
was like, wait, what do you guys?
We were
think
playing
about
some
this?
Fortnite. We were
Playing
chatting
some
on
Fortnite,
mic.
yeah.
I think the use of like the blood like there, it's like we obviously have been to like a million deathmatch shows and the blood is like crazy everywhere. But it's like when you don't get it all the time and it feels more like impactful. You know what I mean? It's like damn. These
Right,
two
so now
are
like
really
the stakes
serious.
are higher for Jay.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like
And I really like that. I like that a lot. And kind of to go back to a couple weeks ago when we were talking about the John Moxley nail thing.
Ugh.
It's like that is for no reason. Like you could have still had that match without that.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
this, it really raises the stakes.
well, that's where the storytelling differs between
Right.
the companies.
I also hate to be lame and like get into this, but like, was that did he gig himself or was that fake
Yeah,
blood?
unfortunately, a stupid fan was like videotaping him going under the ring.
But he gigged himself, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it was actually he was actually.
Yeah, it wasn't the
bleeding.
hard way.
Well, no, Roman used fake blood before, and like I wouldn't put it past
I've never
anybody
used
else.
fake blood. What are you talking
Not you.
about?
Fuck. I'm talking Roman Reigns used
Okay.
fake blood before,
He
and
did?
like yeah, they've used it
Yeah.
a couple times in a couple different angles. And
Well,
I was just
Roman's like too big of a star.
I'm only okay with using a little bit
can't
of fake
cut that
blood if
beautiful
it's
face.
inside the mouth.
you said
Yeah,
what?
Like a blood capsule. That's the only time I'm
Oh,
cool
like
with fake
coughing it
blood.
up, yeah.
Whack.
blood
I think
capsule.
no gigging. Everything should just be the hard way.
Well, no, just
Like
blood capsules. Like,
you
you want a hard way internally bleed.
This is
Yes.
This is the
Yes.
second way. This is the second time we've
sorry, Lexi.
referenced Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam,
Okay.
2015.
Oh God, we're going for three.
Hard
Third
way.
time's the charm. Yeah.
But we were talking also too. We were saying that Woody likes that. What did you say? Like
I don't like much, so I'm interested to hear what it was.
It's true.
he likes this direction with the storyline better than the Jay botching and like him doubting himself, and it's like, oh man, I gotta get over this. I'm better than this. Like,
oh, of course.
So I was like, oh, like now I have to actually like. Well, no, I was joking because I was like, oh, what do you feel some type of way that he has to step up his like that's what you wanted.
Yeah,
he's not for him to be like, oh man, I'm botching. I got to step up my game.
100%.
I want him to get better at real wrestling, not kayfabe get better at
I
wrestling.
totally agree. Look, listen, here at the SVW podcast, we don't root for Jey Uso to botch. We want him to do good. We want him to see him do well. We just report on the news. We have to report the facts.
This makes it a legitimate chance though, because obviously I feel like they're gonna strap the title on him because they want the Vegas to be yeeting
Just
all
sell their
weekend.
Yeet shirts.
Yeah, they're gonna sell that merch.
Oh man,
I'm eating all over those slot machines.
But at least this gives it reason, because if you mess with someone's family and you make his brother bleed in front of him, he's crazy.
Right.
And crazy can beat good sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does like an all serious yeet, like he leaves him bloody in the ring. He's like,
real raspy.
Listen, I think this is going to be a great match, regardless of what happens.
No, I don't think that, but
Come on, bro. You can't just. It's going to be a fun match. And now maybe it's going to be.
Woody is committed.
I know he's committed to the bit. My point is like.
I just saw it 3 times.
What if he
already.
goes out? What if he goes out there and like, it's like a 5-star, like he pulls out some shit you never seen.
I'm about to say the only 5-star you might see is a 5-star frog splash.
Yeah, then I'll assume that Big Jim lost some weight and wrestled for him.
Come on.
That's crazy.
Jey Uso got this.
How are you gonna say he's a half of a tag team? And then
Non-main
the other
event,
brother
Jey
is better?
Uso is going to be.
You're
Gunther.
right. So I would say Jey Uso's about 40% of a tag team.
Damn, that's crazy. All right, look. Also on Raw, we saw Penta and Braun Breaker together, which is pretty interesting.
Unlikely pairing.
Unlikely pairing, yeah.
Especially after they really
But it worked.
went at it.
Kind of
couple weeks
worked.
ago.
I wasn't mad at it. The kind of speed, agility, and then the strength. Obviously, Braun speared at some point Penta, which is just going to lead to what, a 4-way?
You still can't. They
Can't
haven't
be
figured
a
out.
3-way. They got enough 3-ways.
They haven't figured out the
Triple
threat. They haven't figured out the.
Io and Bianca.
Right.
They haven't figured out the storyline ways to put both Dom and
I feel like that's what they're
Finn
like,
in it.
Okay.
I think that's going to be like this week or next. We're going to find the storyline of how
No,
are
you
they
think
both
they're
in
gonna
it.
be, both of them are going to be the other two in it. Okay.
I think that's what it's got to be. It's got to be literally those 4 that are in that match, and that causes either the
Finn or Dom to be leave.
the beginning of the breakup to Judgment
Yeah.
Day or
We're through
the
past
actual
beginning.
breakup.
I feel like maybe an actual breakup.
Right.
Lots of fucking
Dom ends up winning. By
Multi-man.
pinning
multi-man
Finn.
matches this
Yeah.
fucking WrestleMania.
Well, the card is so stacked. It's like, where do you put people?
Well, and you have a lot of talent, and you want to
That's what I
showcase
mean.
all.
I
of
have
it.
Yeah.
a real easy fix for that.
Do 14
Have
match
16
show.
matches.
3 days.
You rewind the clock. You do Gunther Punk main event. Give Punk the main event. Just have him lose because Jay will probably lose anyway. Then you just do Roman versus Seth, which is an insane WrestleMania match. Why the fuck is that a triple threat?
Listen.
And then you probably do like Bianca Rhea, which is like,
What it should've been.
people love Io, but I
Love
just don't
Io.
think she should have been fucking thrown into that. I think Bianca Rhea would have been a sick, just like 1-on-1. Just
I
these
agree.
two
Oh, man.
muscly
Yeah,
fucking
Yeah,
mommies.
just
like,
doing Io like
going
that.
at it.
Io
know.
is amazing in the ring.
But
I
Her
totally-
character don't click like
I
that.
totally agree with him though, because they stole. I've been wanting a Bianca Rhea match this whole
Yes.
time, and they stole it from me. And I love EO, but like this, just I don't want it right now. I love chocolate cake, lobster, and steak, but all at once I'm gonna get a tummy ache, man.
That's not true. What are you talking about? You have surf and turf, and then you have a
As
piece of
much
cake
as-
for dessert.
Roman's like, dude, that's
a lot of
Tuesday
rich.
night.
That's a lot of rich
But
food.
it's like
Yeah.
you ever
High
been to a
caloric
steakhouse,
rich
though?
foods.
As much
That's
as
a
people
Tuesday
are,
That's too
night,
much.
man.
That's serving out of
as
a
much as people
steakhouse,
are
bro. Come on.
praising Paul
Levesque
Levesque right now and his booking of
Who?
shit.
Who's praising
I don't.
him?
I don't think anyone's praising him right now.
I think a lot of people are very high on what's going on right now in the WWE.
Yeah, I would agree with Gunky on that.
I'm really
really?
high on what's going
I
on
don't
with
think.
the
I don't think
WWE.
people of
I
color
mean,
are
I'm
praising
high right
him.
now talking about what's going on in the
We
WWE,
can
but I'm
tell.
not high on it. But anyway, I think that's a very big striking.
Samoans are colored.
as Cornette would say, lazy booking.
They're not
It's just,
my-
you're just
they're not
throwing
my
people in
luchas,
there
but-
because you have nothing else for them.
Lazy booking.
I mean, It's like lazy booking, but it's also like booking that is gonna pop everybody.
But like
Yeah.
the CM Punk, Roman, Seth, like it makes sense though, because like separately, each of them have beef kind of with the
Yeah.
other one, and there's a story there like that ties
Then
all
do
together. I
then
get
do
what you're
separate
saying.
stories.
Well, that-
I get what you're saying, but then it's like
here's the only
here's a way to the all three stories that intertwine and meet
Yeah.
up. So like that one makes sense.
I mean, maybe I haven't been around enough, but I feel like I've never just seen like an actual 3-way fight.
Triple threat.
No, I'm talking about like like a street fight, like 3 guys equally angry at each other.
Okay,
like,
well,
you know what I mean? Like,
so-
I've never like the only
you
way it
spilled your
makes
drink
sense.
on me.
The only
You
way,
look at my girl,
bro. The only way it makes sense is if there's a title. So like 3 guys just being that
He's like,
angry
"Hey."
at each other is insane to me.
What if some random guy came up to you and was like, you, I'm putting my title on the line. And you're like, what?
No, that's the only way it makes sense. If there's
Yeah,
a
once
title
it's a
on the line.
title.
Okay.
Just 3 guys being that angry at each
No,
other
you
that
know
they're
what?
main eventing WrestleMania is insane.
You know what? You're totally right, because as we do, we always compare wrestling to real life scenarios.
Yep.
I've also never been in a fight where I had to climb a ladder to win.
I've done a
you've
couple
never been in a
run-ins,
fight,
bro.
first of all.
I've been in my fair share. But look, I'm just
You'd be
saying.
surprised how many ladders are involved in street
JA
fights.
did a run-in, he said before.
Okay, a run-in is one thing. A ladder match? What about tables? You never slam somebody through a table.
Sometimes that'll end the fight. Tables match.
Okay, sure.
I mean, I saw a few bar fights with tables. So.
Also, I've totally thrown someone through a
I
table
was about to
before.
say, Woody
But like
definitely,
that,
at Johnny
like,
and
you
Brenda's,
didn't
Woody
ever
has
power
definitely
bomb
put
somebody?
somebody through a table.
I threw him over a table.
Over. It's got
Royal Rumble.
The table flipped as
Okay.
well. It
You
was
see,
fun.
all of these
But
have real life
the ladder
parallels.
was there too. He was changing the light bulbs. Like,
You just have a bull
Some
about.
guy came in. He was being
Right,
a jerk off. All right, you know what? Maybe you guys prove me right.
The guy dropped his wallet. It fell on the rafters. We were racing the ladder to get the wallet.
I would
Money in the wallet. match.
money in a wallet match.
You win $6.
But I would like. It'd be crazy if Don won though. Like,
I
I'm
think he's going to.
you think he's gonna win?
It's either him or
Yeah.
Finn. I guarantee it's him or Finn.
Yeah,
or
Braun's
Penta.
dropping it. I mean, Braun need a belt, like the belt.
Braun's
He's
dropping the
already
belt,
been back and
basically.
forth.
I would
Yeah.
like to. I
Yo,
would
put
like
that
to.
motherfucker in the world title picture already.
I would
I'm
like.
fine
to,
with it.
I would like to see.
Like he didn't have to
Dom with
win.
the
Just
belt.
like let
Yeah,
him
he
contend.
you shouldn't eat the pin.
Like Finn wants
You should
Dom
lose
to
it
help
up.
him, and like Dom
Yeah.
like actually turns on him.
They all hit their finisher on Braun right before,
Right.
so he looks strong as shit.
And then Dom just sneaks it away.
Yeah, I honestly think the only way, like, I think Braun Breaker's doing fine now, but I do think he will get stale if they keep him in the mid card. I think the only way to bring him up is start giving him world title matches. Like,
agree.
bro, throw him to Cody.
I mean, don't
like,
I'm about to
you
say
know what
I
mean?
wouldn't go into matches yet, but,
Cody,
but
but-
putting him in matches with Seth Rollins. You know what I mean? That top card.
I'd like to see him against Gunther.
Oh, that would be sick.
yeah,
fuck
but
yeah.
he don't need to be fighting for the title just yet.
Well, look. Overall, good episode of Raw. You know, it's WrestleMania.
Yeah, y'all really don't want fucking EO, huh?
Listen, we talked about
This
it a
is
little
the
bit.
actual three-way.
We got to keep it moving.
Triple
here.
threat.
This is a three-way.
All triple
EO,
threats.
Rhea, and Bianca.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just so obvious.
it'll
It
be
was going to
good.
be a triple threat, and now they were like, "Look, guys, we might have to make this a triple threat." And
Yeah.
we're like, "Yeah, we knew you were going to do that. We
I
always knew you were
I
gonna
wanted
do
heel
that."
Naomi to come out and fuck with Bianca.
That'd be sick.
I'm loving this heel with Naomi.
Yeah.
Like,
Also
the
her-
caution shit, like her, great acting. Like they must have get them act. She was like crying and shit in that promo on SmackDown. It was like on cue, like tears, got you emotional, feeling it.
She's her and Jade online too have just been fucking amazing.
Who
They
do you
just-
think takes that? Io, Rhea, and Bianca.
Bianca.
I kind of like for Io to retain,
Yeah.
and then there be a Rhea Bianca feud coming off of this,
To
so
see who
s-
gets to
Interesting.
fight for a number one contender.
Interesting.
or maybe just something totally different. Let Io go a different direction, and let's get a 3-6 month Rhea Bianca
Asuka
feud.
comes back and helps her.
Yeah. That would be. I mean,
I'd do anything to have Asuka
that's a
back.
huge
Yeah,
pop. That's a huge pay-per-view pop right there.
she's going through it. It feels like.
Asuka.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, and I love when people call her Asuka. So
I love that.
Sugar?
Well, look, speaking of WrestleMania, this year at the Hall of Fame ceremony, they're going to induct Bret Hart versus Stone Cold.
Which makes Bret Hart the first three-time Hall of Famer?
Yes, that's what they said. The first 3-time Hall of Famer.
Huh, very weird timing for him to be
Yeah,
bashing
interesting.
AEW.
We'll get to that. Calm down. Yeah, this is the first year they're doing this. They're putting matches into the Hall of Fame. So Woody came up with the great idea for the question of the week to be, what WrestleMania match, would you put into the Hall of Fame if you were the decider?
Or the next one.
The next
They
one.
got
whatever.
this one decided. What's next?
So,
Hall of Fame
well,
match?
I mean, if
Justin-
they wanted to get a bunch of people in at one shot, I'd say WrestleMania 16, Dudley's Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys.
Oh, that is an absolute
that,
classic.
that was the preemptive to the
Edge.
table, ladders, and chairs.
You mean
Cope.
Cope.
Yeah, go.
See, that's
No, he would come back as Edge for this.
Oh.
but that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
they can't do it.
That's
You think they're
true.
gonna let Christian
Why they
and
did it
Cope?
without
Well,
Billy Gunn before?
I mean,
But they're gonna let Christian and Cope are both in AEW
yeah,
right now.
that's true. Maybe
For
it's
now.
maybe it's like 2 years from now, and
yeah,
their
bro.
contracts are up to
AEW could
AEW.
be going under by next year. We don't know.
Or that shit, that was like one of the craziest.
And then
things.
Kenny
that was
Omega-
like the tag team era of the Attitude Era. Like that was.
It's an absolutely
banger.
incredible match. It's an absolutely incredible match.
It's
It
it's an
truly
all
is.
timer. It changed the way we see violence in wrestling
Yes.
on a main
Yes.
screen. It upped the level of anything they ever wanted to do after that. Like that literally that set the bar so fucking high. I think that needs to be down the road 100%.
Yeah.
But just because of people in AEW, I think it's got to wait a little bit.
Contract.
What do you got? What do you got,
Yeah.
Gunk?
Let me take you back. WrestleMania 27.
I was waiting for this whole like. Let me
Like
take you back.
WrestleMania 3.
Yeah.
Hogan
It-
slammed Andre.
It's a beautiful sunny day.
yeah.
and,
What happened on WrestleMania
You
27?
guys ready?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're ready.
That was the silence. That was your turn to talk.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm letting it build.
Oh, okay.
Okay. There's something called timing. You
That's
don't
not-
All right, you're
Building's
fucking
not
my whole
great on
timing up.
podcasts.
Are you ready?
Just say
You
the
ready?
thing.
Lay Cool and Dolph Ziggler took on John Morrison, Trish Stratus, and one Nicole Snooki from the Jersey Shore.
that's
and
incredible.
yeah, so yeah.
I gotta say, when Snooki did the
Cartwheel.
cartwheel back handspring elbow,
Yeah.
I was like, I was fucking impressed.
Wait, are you fucking? Did she
Yeah.
do
Meatball.
that?
No, she hit the
Oh,
craziest.
I think you were
fucking-
like, when Snooki pulled that one-winged angel, I was
No,
pretty
No, she
impressed.
legitimately hit a
She legitimately
really crazy
it's,
like.
it's like that move that Tiffany Stratton does, where she does like the cartwheel back
Yeah,
handspring
yeah.
Bro,
into
she
the back elbow
walked.
drop.
She walked.
She
so
nailed
sti-
it.
She walked so Tiffany Stratton could
Damn,
run.
you know, I never watched this match before.
What?
No,
He's
I'm
a huge
sorry.
Snooki fan
Mr.
too.
Snooki?
I do love the Jersey Shore. Me
Snooki.
and Jay were talking about it. Yes.
That's
Snooki
the
wants
meatball. I thought
smush,
it was one of
smush.
your meatballs.
I've never
Was
one
it
time
grenade?
seen a single episode of
You're
that or a
missing
single
out.
You ever
minute.
seen
are
the
missing-
South Park
You
episode?
never
on it?
watched?
I
It's
refuse.
incredible. It's
Shore?
incredible.
Oh my God.
She gets punched in the she gets punched in the fucking face by a
Cinematic
grown man at one
masterpiece.
point.
Yeah.
It was
I-
insane.
I was living with a bunch of other dudes, and I had to like try to not watch it. And it was
It
they would-
It was sick.
did the whole like
Yes.
Get crazy,
Yeah.
get wild,
like
let's
raised the
party,
bar
get
and
loud,
redid the
if you wanna
blueprint
have
for
fun,
like
do
reality
They
TV.
went
I
on
think
to do some-
it helped crash society as a whole, and I
Well,
think it's a huge
You're
problem.
probably
for
right.
all of-
Italian
You're probably
society.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
and
for
I-
sure strayed us further from God's grace, but
Bro, what about they went to Miami and then they went to Italy, bro?
yeah, they were all over the
Yeah.
place.
Didn't Snooki
What
crash the car in
ambassadors?
Italy?
Yeah.
Amazing
They
ambassadors.
basically
Yeah.
were at
Yeah.
that point. Oh, what
They're-
a time.
yeah,
Obama.
That
Jersey
set up our
Shore.
foreign policy currently, I think. But no, seriously, on a real note, Roman actually kind of fucked my whole thing up because I actually was gonna say that was my joke that Snooki shouldn't be in the fucking Hall of Fame, but
Not true.
Hogan Andre, I think we should go ahead and fire off before Hogan does anything else and we can't put him in.
No. I think you got that one.
he's
You have to
strayed too
hold
far.
on that one because it's like you can't.
Oh, wait for him to die.
You have to wait for him to die or wait for him to
Totally.
like come back and do
Posthumously.
something.
Yeah, but what if he
redeeming.
does something so bad before he dies that we can't even put him in?
Hold
after
on. Why are we saying what if? Like, he's well on his way
to doing something? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like,
wait,
check the news real quick. You might
Yeah,
have done
like,
something
in the last
during
hear
this
me
podcast.
Hear me out. I just think that Andre really deserves it
I hear you on that.
because,
I
like,
totally
bro,
agree.
that is the WrestleMania moment of all time, and it's not fuck Hogan. Like, that's all because Andre built this aura around him and not being slammed, and that whole match was just built around Andre. Like, it could have been fucking
Yeah, of
Lex
course.
Luthor slamming him.
Lex Luger?
Yeah.
You said Lex Luthor.
All right, I've been watching a lot of comic book shit recently. Chill out on me. But you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking Andre needs another fucking Hall of Fame ring for that because he's one of the greatest of all time.
Totally. I totally agree.
I am gonna go a little old school for mine. I'm gonna go WrestleMania 10, the first ladder match.
That's a good, yeah.
Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon.
Razor Ramon.
Great
Yeah.
Great
Class.
match.
They're gonna try to get the undisputed Intercontinental Champion,
Yep.
and of course
That's
Razor.
that moment Razor's on the infamous
So
picture, right? Where he's on the ladder with it.
Yeah, and
So good.
it's we're gonna honor two people that totally fucking deserve it
Yeah.
and need to have that moment,
Yeah.
and probably won't fuck up anything between now and then.
I feel like Shawn Michaels will probably be one of his, because he's got a couple matches that could.
He might.
Yeah.
So I feel like he
He's
might,
Mr.
What if he's
WrestleMania,
the
bro.
next? He's the next one, like Bret Hart went to this
Yeah.
one next year. Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle.
And
Shawn Michaels
don't they
and-
always do this shit?
Who,
Yeah.
Shawn
And then
Michaels
it'll
and
be
When
whoever.
when it's Brett, and then it's Shawn. It's
Yeah.
Brett,
Yeah.
and then it's Shawn.
And then it's
That's why
Goldberg.
they did it this year. Wait,
So they're gonna do Goldberg versus at WrestleMania. Who did he?
Goldberg and Brock,
Yes.
WrestleMania 33.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what about Goldberg Brock, the first one where Stone Cold Steve Austin, a special guest referee, and all of them got booed out of the building?
So sick.
You remember that
So
one?
sick.
I think this Shawn Michaels, that's like kind of when he became Mr. WrestleMania, was
I
like
mean, we
that
got,
show-stopping ability
the
on WrestleMania
Undertaker
10.
versus Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 26.
But like, which one?
Oh,
That one.
The second one.
I was gonna say
WrestleMania
But either
20,
one of
the
them could
triple
be in
threat.
there.
Yeah, no, they
with
both
Shawn
good, but the
Michaels,
second one should go in first.
the second
Shawn
one
Michaels
was
and
classic.
Triple H, Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
the dude's got this is I
Mr.
this is I
WrestleMania.
have to say I think Booker T has been a little bit sensitive to some
We'll
certain
get to
things.
Booker
Hold
T.
on. This is Booker T had a quote about this. He's been a little sensitive to things, but I do agree with him on this. He said this should not get Hall of Fame rings. This should be like a plaque.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Like because you literally you're gonna put Shawn Michaels
A nice
in the Hall of
photo.
Fame like 3 more times over the next 6 years.
Or what if it?
Yeah.
Or what if they get? You know what I was thinking? What if they made like a trophy of a moment in the match? If that makes sense. Like
Like
maybe
a
it could be
sta-
like
a statue
Austin
or
in
something.
like
the-
a super kick.
Austin like in
the
the
finishing
sharpshooter,
move.
like
Yeah, yeah.
leaning,
A figure,
like
like
you know
a
what I mean?
statue.
But like
And then the blood comes out like a fountain.
like a
It's
like
like
a
a
commemorative
fondue.
like mini little statue. Exactly.
I think even better, they should do a sponsorship deal and get the figures and then have them
Okay.
set them up.
All right, Gunky, chill out.
Set it up.
So
do
here's
a
here's my
Mattel
question though.
sponsorship.
So
Like,
what's his
it's
name?
like a little trophy, like the mini mellow.
Yeah.
Stone Cold's getting another ring. Bret Hart's getting another ring.
Yeah.
Is Ken
Right.
Shamrock getting a ring then? Because he was the special guest referee.
I don't think he can.
No, he gets a plaque.
Is he not?
He gets a ribbon, a medal.
He's just the guy there to hand them their rings.
He should present.
Yeah, he presents
Honestly,
it. Right,
he
right,
totally
right. He
should.
inducts them.
I think he should get a ring because I think that match.
I think he's definitely
A
going to.
huge part of that match
signed a
was
Legends
him.
deal too. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're
we
right.
signed a Legends deal last year, right before WrestleMania.
Well, yeah,
They
no,
were
I
setting
think-
up for this, bro.
Yeah, I think he's gonna. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I think he was a huge part of that match and deserves any accolade those two get.
Yeah.
Because also he was like, that was when he first came over and you were
The
like,
enforcer.
ooh, that
Who the
dude's
fuck is that
scary as
guy?
Shit.
Yeah, he was awesome.
The
Why isn't
enforcer.
he the champion? And I still say that to this day. He was robbed. Should have been a world
I
champion.
thought you were gonna say. I still think this day he should be the champ. He should beat Cody.
I think he still could be. He might still be.
probably
Ken
could.
Shamrock-
Legitimately,
He
he
could
probably-
legitimately whip their
He
ass.
would probably beat the dog
Yeah.
shit out of Cody at his age right now.
Well, look, I'm gonna give you mine.
Oh shit! I forgot Roman.
Yeah, I forgot Roman's a
My
human.
bad. What's
Wow.
up, Roman?
There's so many matches I thought of, but
So many.
then I went back and I realized that none of them were at WrestleMania. So I'm gonna give you a classic, an absolute all timer. I think it should go in, if not for just the fanfare. WrestleMania 17, Austin versus The Rock. Come on, bro.
You think you get two Stone Colds back to back?
Just one. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, My Way promo. Did you see that?
And Fred Durst will induct them.
Yes.
Would you see Fred Durst performed My Way overseas, and there was someone in the audience that was watching
Oh
the
yes,
the
I
intro.
did see that. That
So
was
sick.
insane.
So sick.
That's the
vignette.
only way to enjoy that song.
Yeah.
I agree. I can't. I just
Not
close my
true.
eyes and it plays behind my eyelids.
Anytime I want to fight somebody,
Yeah.
anytime I'm
When you get into that triple threat with those random guys, you're like, wait, hold on. I got to put on some music first.
yeah, when you find two people you hate equally, that the song just starts playing.
Just one. Well, look, if you guys have a thought, a comment, please let us know. DM us. Send us a mail. Send us a carrier pigeon.
You
You
have
know
a
the
thought in
drill.
that little pea brain
If
of
you
yours.
if you've ever been in a triple threat street fight,
Yes.
Let
Yeah,
us
we need
know.
to know.
That-
We need
yeah,
to
I
know.
wanna
you
know.
ever hated two people equally at the same amount of time?
but those two
I
people
totally
also
agree.
hated you and the other person equally.
Yeah.
And the third, yeah, that's
Totally agree. Well, look, moving on to the other side of the wrestling cinematic universe. We got a big pay-per-view this weekend right here in Philadelphia, April 6th. AEW Dynasty.
We'll be there.
We'll be there.
Meet us there.
We're going to run through some of these matches on the card just a little bit here. First up, Hurt Syndicate versus the Learning Tree.
It'd be fun to watch the
Only
Hurt
if MJF
Syndicate.
gets involved. No.
I just want that Hurt Syndicate just to put down Big Cass. They've been talking too much trash, and
True.
I just keep wanting to see these guys just hurt people.
Yeah.
Well,
They
that's
always
what they
say
do.
it.
Hurt people.
We hurt people.
Plus, Big Cass.
my
he's-
luchas.
He's having a bad week. His tag team partner turned heel.
Yeah,
Went
you
full
know,
MAGA.
Yeah.
Enzo went full MAGA,
But yeah.
Linked
this-
up with Tommy
Tom
M.
McDermott. Yeah, Tom McDermott.
and Roseanne.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Next up, Will Ospreay versus Kevin Knight.
Insane. This guy's
Who the
just
fuck is
immediately
Kevin Knight?
getting a fucking.
It was.
Is this part of
It's
the
a
tournament?
tournament.
Right?
It's a tournament. It's a
Okay.
Round
quarterfinals
one.
of the tournament.
Yeah.
And it's Kevin Knight did have one of the coolest fucking drop kicks I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
though.
for sure.
That shit was awesome.
Oh,
I
that
saw.
guy.
Yeah, we saw him.
He got what's his name? Kushida's glasses.
Supposedly they were like, WWE was like, you want to try out, and he was like, nah, and he just
Really?
went and signed to AEW. Yeah, I don't think he wanted to try out.
It's kind of a baller move. He looks
Yeah.
like a guy who was on.
I mean,
like
we got a
205
Trick
Live.
Williams, Javon Evans. Like it seems like that type of.
I don't know.
Jesus,
This dude.
What are you trying to say? What do they all
Yeah.
have in common, Heck?
I don't know. I think Heck and Triple H have some similar
Heck's
ideas
gonna
of
be-
booking.
I think Heck's gonna be featuring in a Tom McDonald music video. pretty soon.
I told him I was busy.
I guess they may be able to cancel us all. Jesus, did not expect.
They might not be able to. They might not be able to cancel us all, but they're
Shut
definitely gonna
up.
cancel Heck. After.
Shut up. You know what I meant.
Oh, God.
I will say I saw
If it was
him.
3 white guys, I would have said the same thing. If it was 3 Asian guys, I would have said the same thing. If we get another lucha after Ray Phoenix, I'm gonna say the same thing.
No,
You
we
just
got to
do
limit.
Lucha Americano Grande or whatever.
Kevin Knight, I saw him wrestle at a 2300 Arena at a New Japan show last year, and the dude's fucking electric. He wrestled
Yeah.
Speedball, Mike Bailey, and I'm like, oh, let's watch that match again.
Yeah.
So he's not gonna win this.
Spitball Mike
No,
Bailey.
no. Spitball Mike Bailey.
Little spitball.
Well, it's spitball.
That's what Cornet called him. I
He's
love
definitely-
Cornet's fucking
I know
nicknames
his
for
nicknames
people.
are so good.
Old people make up nicknames because their brains are eroding
that's
and they
how-
can't
that
figure out how to
helps
do
them
shit.
remember.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, I never understood. He calls Moxley the plumber. I
The
guess 'cause-
plumber Moxley.
I guess
yeah.
he just looks like a plumber, but like I don't know. That's not.
He would
very-
be like the most in shape, gnarly motherfucking plumber of
Yeah,
all
that is
time. Looks
true.
nothing
If
like
he
a
came
plumber.
to my house
Have
to
you
do
seen
plumbing,
I mean,
I
now,
would-
okay,
Roman looks like a
so-
plumber.
So now Moxley, there was a point where Moxley
that's
was
fucked up.
fluctuating, where like you were like, he was like a regular.
Oh, you mean when he was like
Guess- I
kicking
guess
the
it makes
habit
sense. It never really made
before he
sense
went
to
to
me.
rehab? Yeah,
His
yeah.
pants are so tight though all the time. I'm like, bro,
Cornette?
How are you
No,
bending?
John
How are
Moxley.
you bending over and getting
Bro.
under my sink with those pants?
Bro, his pants are so. I'm like, why are your pants so tight, bro?
Because they can be, bro.
I guess
When you look
Because
that
he's a
good,
got that-
skinhead, bro. He's doing that.
Well, look,
he got that
skinhead
H and
gimmick.
M stretch
he
denim.
definitely does.
He's listening to a lot of Yay recently.
Well, look.
Whoa!
Now who's featuring in a
Right.
Tom music video?
I said John Moxley's been listening to a lot of Yay. He's a skinhead.
Well, look. Like they said in Christmas Vacation, if Kevin Knight is half as good as Will Ospreay, we're in for a real treat. Next up, the women's tournament quarterfinals: Mercedes Moné versus Julia Hart.
so happy to see Julia Hart wrestling again.
Yeah, it's about
Just being
time.
back. She's good. This will
Yeah,
be
she's
another
good.
Mercedes win though. So I don't know what like.
CEO. I can't wait to hear the feuds.
Yeah,
you ever heard her
I
little
mean, it's
verse on
not.
her
Wait,
song?
maybe.
like, I'm
I
in the
mean,
ring.
it's not for the title. So maybe Julia could win.
I don't know, but isn't it going to be for a title eventually?
So what? Mercedes gonna have 4 titles?
Yeah, give her another belt.
Nah.
Yeah, I think this is Mercedes. Oh,
And I want to hear a little song.
I honestly just want to see
Like her little
Mercedes
verse.
win to see her wrestle other people in the tournament.
I thought you were gonna say to see her do her
To
little
like
dance.
and see like Megan Bain or
What
like you know
she's
what I
in
mean,
this?
somebody that's really gonna like push her.
yeah.
Where she hit the wait.
No, stop. Next up, International Championship: Kenny Omega versus Ricochet versus Speedball Mike Bailey.
This is actually gonna be a fuck. This is gonna
That-
fuck.
That might be that's probably the match of the
Woody,
night.
is this match gonna fuck or what?
It's gonna fuck unprotected and guaranteed impregnate.
Me, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe even twins.
everyone in the first 3 rows.
It's putting twins.
Getting
this
pregnant.
Is, this is
Getting
gonna be
twins.
this is gonna be a super banger. And
double
for what
embryo.
People, well, what people say about Ricochet's promo skills, the guy is unstoppable in the ring.
His promo skills have gotten
It's getting
better.
better. They're getting better.
It's
just-
just maybe heel. He just
What was
can't
the
be a
one he's like,
face.
Yeah, they just had to work the character. They had to work the character to his
Kobe
promo
Bryant.
To the
skills.
person instead of WWE, like they would like this is what you're gonna do. This
Yeah.
is where you're gonna be, and that's the end of it. You don't have
Because
no say in it.
he doesn't sound authentic, so he can't be like an authentic good guy. He has to
Yeah.
be like
No,
a guy
yeah.
who
He
sounds
has
like
to
he's
be like a douchebag.
Yep,
Yeah.
totally. And he's playing it very well. And this is going to be a super heater.
Yeah, who's taking a one-winged angel?
Both of them. They're gonna like stack them 3 times. Like,
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
It's gonna go.
like
Is that just a 2-wing
I think
angel?
his diverticulitis
Yeah,
won't
two-winged
let that
angel.
happen.
yeah, it's gonna
That's
be
just
like
an angel.
It's gonna be like what's his face? Feed me more.
Oh,
Ryback, the
Like
first
a-
person to ever pick up 2 people.
like a double shell
He was
shot.
like, he was like, thank you so much. My impact on the wrestling world has been
Like
incredible.
nobody's ever picked up 2 people before, Ryback.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
Speedball eats the pin though, and Kenny
Yeah.
Omega goes over.
I agree.
Okay, yeah.
Wouldn't it be awesome if Ricochet went over though?
Ah, yeah, what?
I mean, it may be a wedding gift from Tony.
Are they getting married?
Yeah, they got married.
Oh, good for
Yeah.
them.
Who?
It's
Ricochet and
crazy
Tony
kids.
Khan.
No, Ricochet
No.
and Samantha Irvin.
Yeah, you didn't see the
Your
promo.
favorite
He cut
Samantha
it from the wedding. He was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm at my wedding right now, but next weekend I'm going to be in Philadelphia. And he had like a
I
worse
don't know
suit
if it was
ever.
kayfabe or not.
With the Eagles hat on.
Right. Next up, AEW World Trios Championship. Death Riders versus Rated FTR.
Death Riders are going to win that if FTR wrestles anything like they wrestled last night.
Yeah.
My God, man, that was on Saturday, right? That was the collision.
Oh, yeah.
You
When
had
they were
showed me
setting
a-
them up for their finishing move, like he was trying to like adjust the placing. And
This is one of those things. Heck,
So
I'm
like
gonna tell
Dax
them.
would like turn, and then like I was like, "What the? Fuck
You have to
going
watch
on?
this video for yourself. You have to
Okay.
find this video of FTR and Collision. They mess up 5 times,
Yeah.
almost in a row, and it's fucking embarrassing. For like being the best tag team in the whole world, it was like
Listen.
it would have been like they would have cut that scene from Evolve.
I thought it was like JA.
Scene.
I thought it was like JA and like Roman in there.
Listen. What's that guy's name? Dax Wheeler or Cash Harwood? Or
Cash
whatever?
Wheeler.
Nailed it. Nope, don't fix it. He got it perfect.
Right
Listen,
names.
The one guy
wrong
looks like
combinations.
he's like, why I y'all like, you know what I mean?
Like a vaudeville.
Like, yes, he literally
Jack
looks like
Harwood.
he has like a one-piece
Well, he
like,
got,
swimming
like,
costume. He
hit
would
in
call
the
it
nose.
he would call it a swimming costume.
There was
know?
like a fucked up, like 3 fucked up moves in like one segment. Yeah, it was.
I got Death Riders on this. They have no reason to give up the heat,
Yeah.
and Cope and
And the
FTR
three-way
don't
and
need a
this
triple
three-way,
threat.
yeah, I go
Yeah, the
Death Riders.
trios.
Yeah, trios.
Next up, TNT Championship. Daniel Garcia versus Adam Cole.
Baby.
No time limit.
No time limit, no outside interference permitted. Which is hilarious because like is outside interference permitted at other times?
Yeah.
Like are they allowed to do the black hoodie gimmick?
Except if it's a tournament.
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Is this frowned upon?
Yeah. It's
It
so
was
wild.
fine in my last company.
Who do you think? Daniel Garcia versus Adam Cole. I think Adam Cole looks in this. If you were going off just the basis of how they both look,
Daniel Garcia.
Daniel Garcia would absolutely destroy
He's gonna.
Adam Cole.
Well,
He's gonna fuck his face with his dance.
You just said every Adam Cole match ever he should lose.
You're right.
In a wrestling
I
match,
feel like there was like a couple.
Adam
If you
Cole.
just look at these 2 guys, who do you think is gonna win?
Yeah.
You're like,
Adam Cole does kind of look like he works at GameStop or something.
you're like, how come that
Who
ref's
give
not
you-
wearing a uniform?
Yeah.
No, he can't even wear. He can't have long hair as a ref. He's not even allowed. He's not even ref status. He's
It's like the
literally
New York
working at
Yankees,
GameStop.
bro.
Is this the guy that helped build the ring? What's he still doing
Yeah,
here?
exactly.
he
They're like,
refs
"Sir."
0 hour.
Yeah.
Well, mind you, Adam Cole is fucking amazing at wrestling, though. So I just don't want to be all the hate on him. I'll pick Adam Cole to win this.
Oh, now you don't want to be a hater.
Right. You're
No,
crazy.
Daniel
Daniel
Garcia.
Garcia is going to destroy Adam Cole. He might kill him in the ring.
Damn, murder.
Because he's a sports entertainer.
I'm not a fan of.
sports entertainer.
I'm not a fan of Daniel Garcia.
What do you mean, bro? He's a friend of the show.
Not a friend of mine.
Wow. He's going to
Actually,
get heat on you.
Daniel
Yeah.
Garcia, me and him were hanging out at Mania up on the second floor.
Oh,
We
I
were
remember.
playing games.
I remember.
Yeah.
You know what I was doing? It's fucking working, Gunky.
Yeah,
Boom.
I
that
was
is my work,
working.
playing games.
That is true. You play games all
Daniel
the time.
Garcia all the way.
Me too.
Playing games
God.
with my emotions.
Next up,
Adam
women's.
Cole's gonna lose that like he lost Britt Baker.
Very true.
Jesus. Friend of the-
Women's
friend
World
of the store.
Championship, friend of the show. Women's World Championship, Timeless, Tony Storm versus Megan Bain.
That's a
Ooh,
big
Ooh,
bitch.
This might be a good. This might be
Love
a sleeper
Megan.
match.
Can we just go on record and say I've seen
The
Megan Bain
Megasis.
wrestle many times at this
Mhm.
point in person.
Okay.
She is incredible. And
Oh yeah, that's you want to go on record saying the same thing you said last
And
week. How she's really good at
looks
wrestling.
Incredible.
whatever, bro.
It is.
And shout out to her and
We
her
went to a
boyfriend,
GCW
Judge,
show.
friend of the show.
We went to a GCW show and she had the longest line of marks.
Oh yeah.
Easy, bro.
No, she's a superstar. Now what they're gonna do with her here is very.
This is what you were talking about 2 weeks ago. You were afraid that Tony goes over, and Megan Bain's lost, and when she loses all the heat that she just got from coming up.
Yeah.
Here's
No,
the thing.
see, I feel like being in the ring with Tony Storm, even if you lose, you can come out looking good. There's certain
Yes.
people that can be in that situation and help you, even if you lose, to
And they're
make
gonna-
you look
yeah.
like they just pulled it out and
Yes.
you're a beast. And they just got lucky this time.
100%. They're gonna work like
Because
this
that's, I feel like that's how
like,
you get. You have to win by like the skin of your. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
oh, like this could have won either way. She just happened
Yes.
to take advantage of this moment,
They're-
and that's how the other person comes out looking still good in a loss.
Yeah.
that company believes in her way too much, clearly, to let her like lose and then get
If
lost
it
in the
does,
shot.
it's
Like,
totally
there's
Tony Khan's fucked up booking.
100%. There is no way that the way they're pushing her right now, there's no way that she won't. The next pay per view, she won't be back in like a title picture.
Yeah, back in the
100%.
main card of the women's division.
I
over
totally
there.
agree. And not even how they're booking her, how she wrestles, and just like her ring presence is like
She
so
looks
good.
like
Aura,
a star.
yeah.
People come out with
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
gear, and you're just
100%.
like, oh, who the fuck is
And
this?
yo, the thing with the
The
it's-
Amazonian
headdress, the
headdress
whole
is fucking
Megasis thing.
amazing.
I saw that and I was like, yo, she's like a star. And then I looked on
and
her
she was
Instagram.
doing that since the Indies.
Bro, I looked on her Instagram and I'm like, oh, she was on New Japan. She was wrestling at the
Yeah.
Tokyo Dome. I'm like, oh, okay, she is
Yeah.
a star. Like,
Yeah.
it's sick. But yeah,
I'll still pick Tony to
I
to
do kind
retain.
of.
She got it back. Yeah,
I think I picked Tony too, but like Heck said,
maybe in a run
For the
back
record,
down
you
the
guys,
line, I
you
can
guys
see
have
Megan
picked
winning.
everyone retaining. Just
I want to
throwing that out
hear
there.
Tony Storm. I want to hear some fucking promos from Tony Storm about Megan Bain.
yeah,
Yeah, let's keep this feud going.
yeah, I love it.
Let's have it end in a fucking balderdash, you know,
Oh yeah.
and some Mishigosh.
Is that what Dax Harwood does?
The balderdash.
Boulder
He
Dash.
said,
That's their new
Boulder Dash.
finisher.
It's like
Mishigosh.
Balderdash, and he says it, but you don't hear it, and then a thing comes up on the screen. That
It's
says
Balder
what he says.
Cash
There's a
Wheeler.
silent film.
Yeah, it's just, he literally
Boulder
like,
Cash.
Balder Cash. And finally, World Championship, John Moxley, Swerve Strickland. I think I know exactly what this one's going to be.
What do you think?
Swerve, bro.
Whose house?
Yeah, whose house? This is
Swerve's house.
Swerve's
You think Swerve's taking it home, huh?
Roman's house, actually. It's
I
currently Roman's
want
house.
Swerve to win. I'm tired of Moxley having the title, this whole thing.
Tired of his tight
And
pants.
Swerve is a former champ, so
So stupid.
if anybody can take it off him.
I'm starting to feel like Roman hates Moxley's tight pants because of the way they make him feel. He's
It
like,
just looks
it's
crazy.
just so confusing because like
News
No, it just
flash.
I hate him,
Wait,
but
how many-
like
How many matches
man,
are
right?
apart? One,
Big
two,
news
three,
flash for you guys.
What's that?
8
Moxley's
matches.
walking out champ
Eight-
because
oh,
you know
fuck,
why?
that's what I was
You
This
know
is
why?
the shortest AEW card.
I was going to say
You know
the
why
same thing.
Moxley's walking out champ?
Why, Gunk?
Because Shane O'Mac's gonna come out and help him. Finally, people have been waiting for it forever. He's
Okay.
finally gonna debut in
I think we're
AEW.
putting Gunky in the corner as far as fantasy booking goes. I think you're cut
Right,
off.
you're
on
on
that.
punishment.
Watch when Shane
Shane
McMahon walks through the curtain at the Leocore Center. I want you to kiss my foot like Jerry the King Lawler.
Oh
Kiss
yeah,
my foot
kiss my
match.
foot match.
Okay, great. Who's
Worst
winning
match
this
of
one?
all time.
Who's taking this
Swerve.
one? Heck, Swerve, Woody.
Mox.
I'll go Swerve.
Mox is taking.
Is there any 0-hour matches on this?
Not
I
yet.
mean, why they playing Philly like that? Why
Listen,
are we getting 8 matches?
there's still
Fucking
time.
everybody gets 16 fucking
There's still
matches on
time
the
to
AEW
book
card.
the Rizzler.
Philly
and
gets
Big
half.
Justice.
We get half.
Is that what you're bummed about? Like, you're not getting the Rizzler in Philly?
I'm super bummed about it. But I already saw him once, so it's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, you made to make the drive. To
Yo,
go see
if
the
you guys
Rizzler.
haven't listened to the Gilman's podcast this week, they did do a review of the foods. The
I want
double
to see
chunk.
Sam take on the Rizzler.
Bro, they've been booking that for years.
I don't want that. I don't want to see. The Rizzler's like 250. He's gonna hurt that little boy.
Listen, whatever, bro. Anyway.
That's like Yokozuna versus Sam.
Jesus.
Wow.
All right. Well, look. We've recorded almost to the end of our time. We got to get out of here. But, of course, we have a
make
couple
our own
quick
time.
hits. Number
Time
one.
is a construct
Time is
created
a
by
construct.
man.
Bret
Or
Hart
Nagunki,
versus AEW. What do you guys think
He's
about that?
going
He
in
said
on
that.
AEW.
He said that, and I quote, AEW are a bunch of actors pretending to be wrestlers.
No, I'm not one to
Isn't that
defend
wrestling?
AEW, but
Yeah, that seems
I
the
feel like
exact
WWE
opposite.
is the fucking actors. If
Yeah,
anything.
I honestly, I don't want to do the
Are
whole...
you a wrestler or a sport entertainer?
Exactly.
Peter.
I don't like angry old man Bret Hart. I saw
Screams at cloud.
an interview with him recently. Someone posted from a long time ago about when someone got hurt in the ring, you don't hold it against them. He's like, how that's
Yeah.
why Steve Austin should never hold the broken neck against Owen Hart. He's like, I
Broken
never
freaking
hold
neck,
anything
bro.
against Goldberg when he kicked me. And then fast forward to now, and he doesn't
Yeah.
Bro, he
stop.
He kicked him
fucking.
so hard in the head. How is he supposed to know how to feel about it?
All right,
He
hold on.
actually changed the way he
let
feels?
me read it because as I read it again, I'm like, this really does sound more like WWE.
But also, let's note this is directly after he got the word that he's getting his third ring
Right.
in WWE Hall of Fame,
True.
and then he says this.
Very interesting.
I find
timing.
a lot of wrestlers, and I won't necessarily name anybody, but I find that the wrestlers are more actors pretending to be wrestlers today than actual wrestlers. I think that's why I still think the 90s was the best era of wrestling. When I watch old 90s wrestling, it was really good stuff. I find that today's wrestling is a little bit more about promos and your character on TV and not so much your work rate. I like guys that throw back a little bit more to the work rate. Roman Reigns is a guy, for example, that I think tries really hard to earn the respect of my generation. I'm not even gonna look.
He just said like three things that don't fucking matter
About
altogether.
the window.
When I think work rate, I think Roman Reigns, who works 6 matches a year.
So crazy.
What work rate does
I
that guy
find that,
have?
especially AEW, I find that they're mostly actors trying to pretend to be wrestlers. Get on with the real wrestling. Quit acting so much.
You want to talk about work rate, and then you quote fucking AEW that has like 30-minute classics on Dynamite.
Yeah.
Which Gunky's like, they're doing too much on Dynamite. And Brett's like, they're not
Yeah.
doing enough.
It's crazy.
Well, we
No,
always said that WWE focused more on the characters and the stories, while AEW lacks in that, and their strength is in.
Do you think that he's just
Putting
getting them
on-
mixed up?
Yeah, maybe
You know, maybe he's just old man confused.
he just had
It's
to like
possible.
jump back after they like told him like, "Oh, we're
And
gonna put you
also-
in the Hall of Fame again." He was like, "Oh no, that wasn't about you guys. That was about AEW."
Also, just every person over 40 that's like, these basketball players couldn't play in the
Yeah.
90s.
LeBron could never face Bill Lambier. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, these baseball players don't want to was face against Roger Clemens, you know. Like, shut the fuck up. Every athlete is so much better than your old athletes. Your old athletes couldn't fucking mop the floor
Yo,
anymore.
multiple people.
Yeah, they're all like taking like legal steroids now. They're like all like testosterone. and
multiple
weird
people
shit.
have like said about Bret Hart that like, yo, he used to be one of my favorites, and like, shut up.
He's talking
Now
his
he's
way
just
out
like,
of it. Yeah,
right. He just sound like a angry old man.
he's a
He's,
stick in the mud, and I hate him.
He surely is.
Yeah, and I
over there
hate
hanging, having drinks with Cornette.
True. Next up, Rusev re-signing.
Guess what today is?
I can't imagine, guys. It just happened to fall
on
on
Rusev, Day.
Day.
It's unbelievable. We love it.
Insane.
We love to see it.
That's I hope they do something cool with him. I'm also, is it Rusev still? Is it Miro?
Is
I
it
don't
Miro?
know.
No, it's
The
gotta be
Redeemer.
They got all
Does
that
Lana
backstock
come back
on
with
Rusev
him?
Yo.
merch.
I hope
What?
so.
What?
They got all that back stock. They're like, finally, yo, go to the Gunky, go to the warehouse,
Dust off the Rusev
get
Day
the Rusev
shirts.
boxes.
Wait, seriously, how great of a month for Rusev? Gets back with like,
Yeah.
his
Hot wife.
like as Jake Hager would say, his stone cold fox of a
of a
wife.
wife.
Woo!
He just rewound the clock 5 years.
Yeah.
I was like,
exactly.
let's do it win.
He said, I'm running it back. I'm doing
It's
it
like
right
Groundhog
this
Day.
time. This time he's going to be face at Mania coming out in a Russian tank, and John Cena's going to be heel USA.
Right?
And with the climate, it's like,
Yeah.
actually, no.
Well, see, if Vince is booking it, I think any Russian would be face.
Yeah.
But it's Triple H now, so who knows?
I mean, it's Putin versus Trump.
Yeah.
Versus, they're a tag team.
That's true. That's true.
It's like Rock and Roman.
Next up, triple threat between Booker T, DJ Vlad, and
No,
Swerve.
that's
This
not
is
a.
crazy.
There's not a triple threat.
It's not a triple threat. It's Booker T versus Swerve.
No, it's Booker T versus DJ Vlad
It
at
is.
this point.
At this point, it kind of is.
All right, yeah, fill me in on this. I know
Okay.
some of it.
So, infamous hip hop interviewer DJ Vlad, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. A while ago, I saw he interviewed New Jack. Like he's been interviewing
yeah,
wrestlers. He had Mark Henry on there and stuff.
Mark
But
Henry
yeah,
said
so
he discovered a bunch of people. I'm sure.
Oh my
yeah,
God, yeah.
but yeah, so DJ Vlad's doing an interview and he had Swerve on recently, and long story short, Swerve starts talking about the black representation and stuff in WWE, and Booker T, I guess, doesn't like it, so he talks
Yeah.
about it on his podcast, and then like DJ Vlad and Booker T start beefing.
Is this where the
now.
thing where Swerve, like, you let Vince drop the
Yeah.
Yes,
My
yeah,
Lucha
yeah,
in
yeah.
front
Yeah.
of you?
Yes.
Oh yeah. If yes, exactly.
I was like, what?
if
I
if,
was like, oh yeah.
yeah, if you ever seen like a rapper interview and there's like a drum set behind him.
Yeah,
That's
and
a
it's
DJ
all like
Vlad.
a white liminal
Yeah,
space. Yeah,
that's DJ Vlad interview. And Booker T tweeted, he was like, I didn't want to do a DJ Vlad interview. He gets people arrested. And
He
DJ
does.
Vlad,
He does,
he actually does.
allegedly.
DJ Vlad has been notoriously known as the police. And yeah, it's just very funny that it's 2025.
But-
wouldn't have scratched it off my bingo
But
card.
what did you tweet at him?
Oh yeah, so DJ Vlad's like, I need to. He's like, I need to talk about all this Booker T stuff. He's like, what's the biggest wrestling podcast in the like right
Oh,
now?
the SVW podcast.
Yeah, bro. I said the SVW podcast, bro, and I hit the JA hands.
Yeah,
Oh.
sure.
And I tagged them.
It's like the jazz hands, but they don't move.
Exactly.
no, just
Yeah.
a straight.
It's just
bro.
just one.
There's
jazz.
an emoji for it.
There
JA
is an
found
emoji
it.
for it.
Damn, J.A. got his own emoji.
He does.
I guess he contacted Apple. I don't know.
Well, look. Hopefully, you guys will see the interview with DJ Vlad soon on this very podcast. But we'll see.
Yeah, I side with Swerve just for the record.
Okay.
I'm siding with who after DJ Vlad either accepts or declines our podcast
Yeah.
invitation.
That'll
I
do
will
it.
That holds a
then-
lot of weight
I
for
will then
Gunky.
make my decision after that.
I'm just saying,
Facts.
Swerve's out here. All he did is make a shit ton of money, and probably open the door for a lot of young black wrestlers.
He truly did.
And you can't. If
All Booker
wants-
T did was job to
Can't
Triple H
teach
at
that.
WrestleMania and
Yeah.
let his.
Well, he was a five-time champ,
And
bro.
called
Not
Hulk
that
Hogan
time.
a lucha.
True.
Yeah.
Finally,
Hogan, I'm coming for you, Lucha.
finally, before we get out of here, huge shout out to friend of the show, Mick Foley, on surviving that car crash.
And he's right back on the road. He was like, I'm not
surely
missing
is.
no shows or signings. I'm good to go.
I would have sworn that was an April Fool's joke.
Listen, bro, the guy went through the table off the top of the cage. What's
Who
a car
in our
crash
group
gonna
chat
do to
said
him?
he was redoing his music?
That was me. They were just redoing the intro to his music.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's all that guy needs in this stage of his life. Another concussion. It's
Yeah.
great, but
did you see how fucked up that car was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Did
was trash.
he fall asleep
Yo,
like going 60?
smashed,
What did he?
bro.
I'd like to think he was like.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how the what.
It was just
accident was
him.
and how it
Yeah.
happened.
I
It's
would-
just him like in front of the car, like
You
Have
know,
a nice day.
with his fanny pack
I
on.
would like to think he was just like forgot he was driving and then just like hopped on YouTube and like started like watching like
Oh
funny
no, I
cat
thought
videos.
you were gonna say
or
like
something.
he's like daydreaming. He's like getting thrown off the top of the cage, and he's
he just had one of those like pauses that you have with like a brain spark where you just like
Yeah.
nothing. I just assumed he dropped a donut. He was fishing around for it.
no, cookies.
I've been there.
His homemade cookies.
Oh
It's
yeah.
what's the thing in movies where it's like something gets stuck under the pedal. His donut got stuck under the pedal. He couldn't stop.
But he's a true pro. He's back on the road.
He is. He's a pro.
Not missing any dates
Not
after
missing any
that car
dates.
crash is insane.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mick Foley, a fucking absolute legend, hero to us all.
Hardcore legend, bro.
Great wrestler, great human, and
Yes, and friend of the show.
I bought him a slice of pizza.
There
I'll
you
say
go.
he's also
He offered us cookies and everything. He's a really
Yeah.
nice guy.
Yeah.
he was a New York Times bestseller too. So,
Bro,
you know, this
Mick
guy's got
Foley,
everything.
I offered him a slice of pizza. Well, no, he asked for some food, so I got him a slice of pizza and I got him an energy drink, a Bang energy drink, bang bang. But
You gonna give him 2?
Sponsored.
No, you got
I
him
just
too,
gave him
right?
one, just one. But anyway, he tried to like give me money for the slice of pizza. I'm like, sir, you fell off the Hell in a Cell for our entertainment.
Enjoy
Yeah,
it.
You owe me nothing.
Mick Foley died for our
The
sins.
least I can do is get you a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
He surely did. Well, look, it is.
I would have took that fool's money. That fucking.
Damn, that's
What do
crazy.
you mean?
Woody. That's crazy.
I'm like, yo, that you appreciate that, but I paid for
Then
that
I
pay
would've-
per view.
Then I would have framed the dollar.
I paid for that pay per view. I already.
was
Yeah,
6.
I paid him back.
Well, look, it is time for us to go, but don't forget, you have a few more days to shop in store.
Two
and-
more days,
Yes,
right?
2 more
Saturday and
days,
Sunday.
and you can shop online, 30% off our entire website as
And
well
affiliate,
as
you
in
can
store.
still go to the Orlando
Yes, and
store.
you can go to the
They're not
Orlando
going
store, of
anywhere.
course.
And you guys can catch us at WrestleMania.
Yes,
Come
WrestleMania,
find
the
us in
Gunk will be
Vegas.
there.
We'll be at
Heck will be there.
WrestleCon, Wrestle
We will be at every single fucking thing
The
we can go to.
Collective.
We'll be at the
Honestly,
Collective. We'll be at WrestleCon. We'll
just
be at
look-
WrestleMania.
Look for Gunky's hair.
Oh yeah.
That'll be the clear, easy
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like you look for Gunky's hair, and you'll find Heck probably next to him. So like it's a
true.
nice little like it's like instead of someone holding a sign like over here, just look for like that curly,
Yeah.
fucking
That's
blonde.
that's the only
broccoli
reason
top.
they're flying me out. That's the only reason.
Well, you'll
I'm
have to
going
Let
look
me
there.
help,
at the
bro.
suites, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah, you won't
no-
find
no
them
big
at
deal.
WrestleMania because you won't have access to where they're
Right,
they're
that is
going.
true,
Yeah.
that is true.
But you find them on the streets in between events.
Yep.
And of course, also listen to Grappling with the Gilmans. Make sure you hit our website for that 30% off. ShopsSVW.com. Hit us on Instagram, SVW.worldwide. On TikTok, SVW.worldwide. Twitter, YouTube. Hit the Orlando store on Instagram, SVW.orlando. Is that everything?
Tap in.
Tap
in.
in.
Hey,
Look,
yep,
Walk
Sunday's the last day. If you're in town for AEW, stop by. We're gonna
Yes.
Come
we're
celebrate.
gonna fucking go out with a bang,
Yeah.
bang, bang. You know,
Bang,
ha-
bang,
Have
just
some
like
beers, pour
the
one out.
cactus.
You know.
Yeah.
Also, if you really want some, I bet you Heck gives you a pretty fucking good deal on it, man.
Yeah, right.
true.
Look,
I'm
look.
taking a Mick Foley Hell in a Cell bump off the
cage.
the
Second floor
infamous
cage.
cage.
One
Yeah.
last
Out the
time.
second
Yo.
floor window.
Well,
Yep.
I'll set a table up.
I'm taking it.
All right.
We're
Well,
doing
look.
something. We're a couple beers and it's fucking going and popping.
It surely is. Listen, with that,
Come spend the last day with us.
Yeah.
let's get out of here.
Sounds like it's gonna be Gunky's actual last day.
Last day.
Last day. Gunky's last day. Oh, another episode in the can. Look at that.
And Gunka wish.
Yeah.
Gunky presents It's Over, bro.
All right. We out.